Off. I'm Fred Arnold. I'm joined by my friend Jay Juline. Jay Juline is the owner of GI Construction. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Family man that's been in business for over a decade.
12 years now.
Yeah.
12 years since the beginning, yeah.
And two great kids, Jake and Chase, that go to the same school my son does, and your lovely wife, Carrie.
Yeah, we've known each other since they were born.
Yeah, since the early days.
Yep.
Let's talk about GI and pool construction. What kind of licenses do you need to have, and what kind of license does GI have?
Well, you need to have a C53 to build a swimming pool. And I have a B and a C53. So a B is a general license, and a C53 is a swimming pool specific license. So we have both.
So it allows you to do more than just build a swimming pool. You can work on different types of projects.
That's correct, and we do. We do all kinds of projects. I mean, we do large patio covers. We've done room additions. We've done home additions, guest houses. Our primary function is swimming pool contractor, but we do it all.
Now you're coming up on your 400th pool?
Yeah, our 400th completed project in Santa Clarita.
Right.
In Santa Clarita. So, almost all our work is here in Santa Clarita. We do work, we take marquee jobs out of the valley, so Santa Barbara, Beverly Hills. We just finished one in Bel Air. But 99.9% of our work is right here in Santa Clarita Valley, because we can be more effective that way. If you've got multiple projects, and if you're a swimming pool contractor normally that you do, we can get to those projects on a daily basis, and we don't take a project unless we can touch that project every day.
Now, in 03, 04, 05, 06, the market was hot. Money was flowing.
It was the good times.
Yeah,
yes,
it was the good times.
Yes, it was.
Now, the market's changed a little bit. How has swimming pool construction changed?
Well, first of all, we gave all our money back. So swimming pool construction has changed in that, obviously, in the early 2000s, we couldn't do the work that came to us. We turned down as much work as we actually did, because we never took on too much work, because we wanted to complete the projects on time.
On time and properly.
And properly. Well, that's what GI Construction's always been about. It's been about being accountable. It's been about doing what we say, when we say, and how we say.
And I want to emphasize that, because in that business, sometimes you get the money, you get started, and then the next person gets on. So you don't quite get the time frame that you're promised up front. And those children want to jump in that pool as soon as you say it's going to be ready.
Yeah, and I want to get them in that pool. So that's kind of our mission. And so, when I started my company, it kind of started by accident. I actually built a pool in early 2000. I hired a contractor that I believed in, and it just was a disaster. And I nicely asked him to go home, and I completed it myself, and I looked around and said, there's a need for this.
I can do this.
I can do this. And so we did, and, grew quickly.
Yeah. Let some of the decisions you're thinking about building a pool as a homeowner. Step one.
Step one is, for me, step one is not looking at advertising, because I'm not a big advertising guy. Step one to me, when you're doing something, a project, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in your backyard, talk to people who've had it done and how did it go.
Word of mouth.
It's all about word of mouth, and that's the kind of company we are.
In my business, it's all about word of mouth.
Exactly. And the businesses and the people that I know within the community, I've lived in Santa Clarita coming up on 21 years, it's about talking to people who have had projects done by other people. Yeah. And how did it go? How long did it take? If they broke something, did they fix it? Did they call you back the day you had an issue? We're big on all those things. And that really separates us, I think, from some competition.
What are some of the questions you should ask?
What I would ask, if I was somebody who'd never built a swimming pool, but I knew what I knew, I would say, the first thing I would say is, how long have you been around? How many projects have you completed? I'm surprised. When I started, I always was waiting for somebody to say, so how many projects have you done? And oddly, my answer would have been one or two, and I was never asked that question until I was at like 50 swimming pools, and then I would, 50.
Yeah.
So I was lucky. But I would say, how many projects have you completed? When I have somebody to our offices here in Valencia, what I always do after I've talked to somebody and made a presentation with a detailed plan, behind me I have a file cabinet with 400 names in it, and I just say, right there, I'm not scared of anybody in those drawers, so just go ahead and open those drawers and take out anybody's name you want and pick 10, 20. And the other thing is, I would say to anybody who's going to not risk, but step up and spend that kind of money. Invest that kind of money. You need to ask for references. People don't. You'd be surprised.
And you need to call on them.
You'd be surprised. I give people references all the time, even when I was new and they wouldn't call anybody. But people take people's words for things. And when you're buying a car from a brand new car dealer, that's one thing. But you're buying something made out of sand and stone, and it's made by men, and it weighs 70 tons, and it cannot be moved. So once it's done, it's done.
Yeah. And you can't move the pool. That's right. You can't move it over 10 feet.
No, we've tried.
You
just can't budget.
Those that want to reach out to you, I know that you're very involved in the community.
I am.
How can they reach you?
Well, they can contact us. We have local office and design center here in Santa Clarita. We're right next to you, as a matter of fact. We're in the same complex in Constellation. Our website is gipools.com.
gipools.com.
gipools.com. Really simple. Not Gipples.
Yeah.
gipools.
And
gipools.com.
And your phone number?
661-702-1771.
1771. Well, thanks for coming in, and I'm always amazed at how a backyard can just turn your house, a pool can turn your backyard into a thing of beauty.
Well, thank you. We take it really seriously, and that's what we try to do. We try to find your dream and make it happen.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks
you
for
coming
having
in.
us.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to jump to a quick break, and we'll be right back.